We are here today with our next Va'Ruun ship. This is the Va'Ruun Eulogy, aka Conqueror. So this is probably the biggest ship and will be the biggest ship that we've seen from Va'Ruun. This is the equivalent that you purchase from the shop. As you can see, it is very long. It's not as wide as it looks. It just looks really wide. But the Star Eagle is a 7 wide, and this is a 5 wide. So it just looks really wide, but it's not. It is pretty long though. It is. We'll see exactly how long it is. The longest it can be is 40 meters on each side. But we'll take a look at it. It looks really big. I'm not going to say it looks intimidating because it doesn't. It just looks big. But let's see what it looks like on the inside. As always, they have the handicap accessible ships. Alright, so we're inside. We go straight inside to a storage way. It looks like it has a bottom docker instead of a top docker. We go up. There wasn't enough room for me to grab on anything. You go straight up into what looks to be a brig, a larger one. Here's your restroom. You've got a bunch of cells. Here's your overseer area. We can come in here. It's completely separated from the ship, it looks like. Okay, here is a little companion area for them to live. Here's the restroom. It's like a little game room for them to play in. There is a third floor. We'll come back. This is your cargo hold that they put in a lot of these bigger ships. I have no idea why. I think the cargo hold is silly unless you're being a space trucker type person. So you have your command station right here. That's what this is, your command station. Here's a door. And it looks like it takes us over. Okay, and here's a kitchen.
Never mind. Sorry. Yes, Captain.
So it has a full kitchen, but it doesn't have a galley, which I hate personally. I like when you can do stuff in your workspaces. And then here is, this is your cockpit. It's one of the ones that go to the upstairs. It looks like it's a 5 crew cockpit, even though nobody has a computer but you. You have a couple storage stations. It's really tall, isn't it? That's probably why it looks so big, is because of how tall it is. We'll go ahead and get out. The people that follow the Va'Ruun religion, they seem to live on their ships. So their ships have a lot more resident functionality. And you'll see that with their ships while you're stealing them and things to that nature. But we'll go ahead and tear it down.
Need some work done? Sure.
Okay, and here it is, the Conqueror, aka Eulogy. It's a Class B ship, so you should be able to still it at rank 3 piloting. But here we go. You have your Reza 10. It's not Hertz, but it's something like that. UV laser. More shield damage than hull damage. You have your missile launchers, 110 on both hull and shield. It looks like you only have one of them on this ship. Here is your main hull weapon. It's an auto cannon, 30 by 10. Your cargo is 2,240, which seems to be like the main thing that this ship does. We'll go ahead and put all of our caps together. So here are the ones for the top, and here are the ones for the bottom that look almost the exact same. They're just on the bottom. You have a nose cap for top. This is weird. If it was me, I'd just put 3 of these in and not just one like that and one like this, just to make it seem better. Because we'll put this here, right? But look, you saw how it looked before, and they don't sell this part here, so I can't duplicate it. But it would just look better. Like, don't you think that would look better? 1, 2, 3, as opposed to one of these. But it's 100% personal opinion. Here is your cowling. These are both from Stroud Eklund. Your engine mounts are by Stroud Eklund. They don't do anything, but they look cool. So here are our nose caps. There's 4 of these. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. They're the same part. You can flip them. So, yep. There's your nose caps. We have some mid bracers. So there's quite a bit of these. So really, this has like a lot of unneeded mass for a ship. And your engines have to push these, so it does have a high mobility of 84 and the highest top speed at 150. So there's not much I can complain about, because, you know, it doesn't seem like it's doing like a lot of damage to your speed and mobility. But I just feel like that's too many decoration pieces. But to each their own. Here are your rear caps. They did use 3 rear caps instead of 1 and 1. And then they have a rear cap at the very end. These braking engines, they're for looks, but they do look cool whenever you're landing, because they do have like fire that come off of them and stuff. So that's neat. You have 4 of these braking engines by Stroud and Eklund. You have some nose caps. And then you have your bottom caps. And it looks like these bottom ones are the exact same for the front. You have more of these mid bracers. A lot more of these mid bracers. They went mid bracer crazy. So it looks like whenever they couldn't figure out what they wanted on this ship, they just put a mid bracer on here. So look at that's just too many. In my opinion, that's too many. There's more. Oh my gosh. You have your landing bay. Now you have your landing gears. Looks like, okay, you have engine mounts on the bottom too, but they are matches to these engine mounts. They're just the bottom versions. You have more landing gear. If you ever have an error that your ship can't get off the ground because of how heavy it is, you just add more landing gears because they have lander thrusts. Okay. Here's our shield, 7% by 930. This is actually a really good shield. I've seen a lot of these shields though this shape. What they'll do is they'll put them like that on one of these reactors. So this reactor has 31 power as a B, which isn't bad. You know, that's 3 more than the last one had, but they'll keep them together, and it looks like it belongs there. We have another mid bracer. Okay. We have a middle landing gear. Some more mid bracers. Okay. I'm trying to get out like all the pieces that, you know, have nothing to do with anything out of here. So it's taken a little bit just because of how many mid bracers there are. Okay, so I'm going to go over the inside of the ship now. It looks like it's very small. It shouldn't take very long. Here is your Kon-Tiki B300 bridge. This is Stroud Eklund's version. Hope Tech's version was the Overseer 300. You have a basic storeroom. You have a living quarters, which is where you had your TV and your little game station. You have your battle station. This has your computer in it. Your mess hall, which is exactly what it sounds like. That's where your like little cafeteria and things were. Your cargo hold. That's the piece that's pretty much useless. It looks like there's cargo for role-playing purposes only. You had your brig. And that is a 2x2. You have another storeroom. Just throw those together. Companionway, which is pretty much a storeroom. And a 4th storeroom. Good. You have another middle landing gear. You have your slim Docker bottom by Deimos. You have more mid bracers. More mid bracers. More mid bracers. More mid bracers. some mid-bracers in case you needed some more mid-bracers. We have some more of those for you guys. Did you think we were out of mid-bracers? Because we're not. We have some landing gear for the middle, some landing gear for the middle, and a mid-bracer. Okay. We have some more mid-bracers. And another mid-bracer. Okay, is that it? Nope. Nope. How could that be all of the mid-bracers? So, we have some caps. These are cap Bs. That's what type of caps they are. They have them on both sides. Starboard and aft. They're the same piece. They flip. We have our cargo holds. There's a couple cargo holds on here. So it looks like there are at least two types. So you have your normal 210s that all these ships seem to have, two of those, and you have two 760s. These are from Sextant Shield Systems. That's the first time we've seen this brand on a ship breakdown, but they do give a lot. 1,000, what is that? 1,520 is what they give a piece. So they give quite a bit. It looks like there's some engine bracers for looks right here between the two engines. Well, it looks like there's 6 engines. We'll come back to that. Here are your HE3 tanks. A ship probably only needs one of them, but putting 2 on here will make sure you can jump from one side of the galaxy to the other. You have your grav drive. It only has 25 thrust with 10 max power. I'm surprised that gravity drive's big enough to push this ship. You have one more of these little engine mounts connected to a mid-bracer. I thought we were out of mid-bracers too. So let's circle around, zoom in a little bit. Okay, it's not going to let me. We just got too many ship parts. Alright, so let me get my bearings. You have 3 of these. They're all the exact same. Okay. So you have per side 9,660 maneuvering thrust. And you have 45,000 engine thrust on each side. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I think I have a little bit more on my personal ship, but that's a whole bunch. Something I wanted to check real quick is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 6 and 12. So 12 and 14 is, you know, the 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Plus 4 is 35, plus 1 is 36. There are 36 Stroud mid bracers on this ship. Oh my gosh. What would this ship even look like without all this junk it doesn't need? I don't know. I don't know. But there we go. Let's put it back together. This is the Conqueror 3, aka the Va'Ruun Eulogy. This is their biggest ship that you can steal from them, and it's only a Class B, so I guess they do not have any Class Cs. The two ships after this are the Prophecy and the Revelation. We'll cover those in our next couple videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.